After wins or losses, you always there's some good and some bad. And after a 20-point loss, you can still find some positives to look at, things to build on. Certainly, there's areas that we got to get better, but that's part of playoff basketball. And it's part of basketball in general.
What did you like about what you guys, did, especially early in the game last night?
We had a good first half. Other than the last 2 minutes of the first half, it was tied up at 42-42. We made a comeback after their start, and we competed, and so that was positive.
How important is it for you to get CJ going?
It's important for our team to get going. It's CJ and Dame are obviously very important, but it's how they get their shots. But we score as a team. We got to screen well. We got to move without the ball. We got to play. We got to use pick and rolls better. There's just I don't think it's anything drastic as far as getting a guy going if he didn't necessarily shoot the ball well.
Can you see an increased role for Chris Caton?
I'm sorry.
Can you see an increased role for Chris Caton in this series?
We'll see how the series goes. I thought Chris played well last night. He's an effective offensive player. He can make mid-range shots. He's experienced. He can play at both ends. So I don't know how it's going to play out, but certainly he could be a factor.
With the way they trap, can that help having someone like him who can?
Yeah, if they're going to trap pick and rolls, whether it's Chris or Ed or Mason, they're going to be in position to make plays, whether it's passing, shooting, or driving. So Chris could be effective there.
You've talked about how this team's able to approach one game at a time. Are they just as good as getting rid of the game previously?
This group's been pretty resilient all year. We've had our ups and downs, and we really don't linger on losses very much. We learn from them and move on, and I think we've been pretty good about that all year.
It seems like they were daring Chief to shoot from three last night. He wasn't able to get a lot of them. Said that he was hoping that maybe that continues.
I hope he gets the same looks. I don't know if that was their strategy or not, or if they meant to leave him that open, but he had some really good looks, and hope he gets the same ones because he'll knock them down.
How do you? Never mind. I don't know if
Go ahead.
no, I don't know.
Come
if
on.
you already asked it, so I don't want to do it.
He hasn't been.
The balance of making adjustments between games 1 and 2, and how do you balance that, knowing there's things you need to change while also trying to keep it?
Well, 2 days in between games kind of helps to at least look at the game a few more times and decide what you want to do. And we're not going to reinvent ourselves in 2 days. We have to play better basketball, and we'll make some changes at both ends of the court. But fundamentally, I don't think you change a lot. You change certain situations.